right, we got a whole bunch of leftovers.
The leftover show. Okay.
Not Thanksgiving leftovers.
No, it's the end of the year. We're getting to the end of the year here on the Roula and Ryan Show. We've been doing Try It Tuesday every Tuesday at 8 o'clock. So we have all these different things. And sometimes we don't get to every item we brought for every Tuesday offering. So we have a montage. Now, can I just throw the skunk water out first?
No. Oh, did you bring that?
It's right there.
No, that can't be
These two
healthy.
bottles have been in that fridge since before COVID. On
They're sealed.
March 20th of 2020, or it was March 15th, the world shut down 2020. That's when the restaurants closed.
Yeah.
So whatever that Friday was, or whatever that day was, or Tuesday, whatever it was, that is the last show I had. It was like the Titanic. When we came back in here after 18 months of broadcasting from home, everything was as it was. And I had a fridge in the office for years. When I was pregnant, it was Roula's pregnancy fridge because I'd have my snacks in there, and I'd fill it with bottles of water. Then that fridge somehow got unplugged. And then it got plugged back in.
Because had to get the ice out. The ice overflowed.
Yeah.
I pushed the door open. It flowed out so much.
So this has been refrigerated and then heated and refrigerated.
See how it's not even full anymore? You know what I mean? It's like evaporated.
Yeah. That's all that plastic is in it.
This for sure is from 2020. And it's been sitting in that fridge, plugged in, unplugged in, plugged in.
Anyone want to try it? Anyone got the guts to try it?
I will try it.
It's not healthy, Rolla.
Of course I'll try it.
I mean, do you think it smells? I mean, it's water.
No, but I mean, all the little
fine.
plastic
It
particles.
wasn't in the heat. It was
Right.
never like out in the sun.
Didn't like melt.
But it is bottles of water that have been sitting around since.
Never mind. I changed my mind.
Are you serious? It
stinks.
smells?
It stinks.
Hold on.
If you ever grew up north and had basements, it's a mildewy smell.
Oh, no.
Why don't I smell it?
Don't drink that, Rolla.
Why don't I smell it?
I don't smell that.
I don't smell it.
I can smell it.
Moldy water.
Yeah.
I do not smell it. I smell
opened
nothing.
Right when I opened it,
You got a whiff. I saw that natural reaction.
And I know mold. I don't smell it.
smell that one.
I don't smell it.
I smell
What are you
mold.
smelling? You didn't smell it, right?
I did not
Eric,
smell
don't do it.
It's around this edge here.
Don't do it.
Maybe
It's
you
not
licked
worth
it?
it.
Don't smell
You
it.
licked it,
So
and
should I
then you just
try
start
it?
sniffing it?
I'm not drinking this.
Y'all, why are we contemplating drinking moldy water?
No,
let's
we
not
have so
do
many
it.
good
Let's
things here.
not do
It doesn't look moldy.
You
It
try
doesn't
it.
smell to
Yeah,
me.
go ahead,
You want to
Rolla.
get yourself sick?
I had a stomach bug
Oh,
for
she
the
just
past
took-
4 days, so I would like to not add to this.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I knew it. I knew it.
You're not making
It
a smile.
definitely tastes like tap water that you left out in the sun, and now it's just
Crunchy.
mineral tap water.
Hey, it's good to know that people respect
It was
things
a
in
half
the
sip.
office fridge. They don't take things that aren't theirs.
That's
Lies.
So skunk water. Water does lies. Yeah, that's lies.
Yeah.
But now we have proof that water does skunk.
Yep.
So you got to just drink it in a timely
true.
fashion.
Beer and water, skunk, I guess.
Skunk water. Okay, check off the list. I got my point.
Thanks for taking that one.
Before we
I got
do
my
the,
anti-post team on that.
the candy I brought, we got this drink I found. I can't remember what place I bought this at.
It says matcha flavor bubble milk tea.
It could've
There's
been-
no boba balls in it, but it's the milk tea.
You can actually get this at Randall's.
That's what I was thinking,
In
Randall's
the,
or Central
International
Market or
Aisle on
something?
top shelf, I've seen it.
It looks like sewer water.
Has different colors.
does.
This
It
one's
does.
green tea
It
because it's
looks like
matcha.
This is
It's
a
like-
very dark matcha.
Oh, it's not
It
this?
usually is a brown, like a creamy,
Yes,
like a
it's that.
coffee
Is it-
creamer
It
color.
looks healthy,
It
guys.
looks
But
like
this is-
snot.
No, bubble tea is delicious.
It kind of does look like
But
Santiago
you-
snot.
All right.
Absolutely.
Ready?
I love
It's like a
matcha.
I hope
spinach
that- Yeah.
smoothie.
Everyone try it?
Oh, I don't
It's
like
not
it.
that
I'm
bad.
okay.
Oh, delicious.
I'm good. I'm good with this.
It tastes
Not
like
bad.
like grandma.
I wouldn't go. I
needs to be
wouldn't
cold,
search
for
it
sure.
out.
Wait, did you say it tastes like your grandma?
I was like, we gonna pass over
something
that?
that she would have in her house.
Anyone gonna miss that?
What? Why?
When I kiss grandma, it tastes like that.
It does. It
I
tastes
don't-
like some kind of Grammy type.
Maybe because it's a little bit
Drink.
floral.
Yeah.
It's a little
Yeah.
floral. Yeah, matcha is very floral.
I feel
I
like
like
if
that.
this
I'll drink
was
that.
in a fancy cup with ice.
And charge
And-
$20 for it.
Yes, then it would taste really good. But because it's in our like Jaeger,
You put a fresh flower garnish
yeah,
to it.
I just
put it on
Jaeger
Instagram
cups.
like it's something really
Yeah, it's got that
fantastical.
floral
Maybe if
scent.
you
Yes, it does. It
mix
tastes
it
very
with
flowery.
like rum or chata or something like that.
Yeah.
Ronchata.
Or just rum.
Or ronchata.
Or just have just some rum.
or
Really
maybe
good that?
now you're just
That's
I'll
fine.
just hold
I'm
this
okay.
and I'll drink the rum.
Yeah. It's not ideal to, like, if you can't get fresh bubble tea from some, like, bubble tea
Right.
place, this is fine.
It's all right.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
Definitely has to be cold.
Drinking it out of the can. He likes
Yeah,
it.
I
I
like
love
it.
matcha.
Yeah.
I
You
drink
can have mine if
matcha
you'd
over
like.
coffee. I
Yeah.
like
That's
that.
true.
It's
You
good.
do like it.
Is it supposed to be healthier?
But if you
Is it
look in
caffeinated?
if you look at the ingredients, I bet it has like 0.0001% matcha.
Absolutely. It's not the strongest matcha
It's
I've had.
flavor.
Yeah, it's good. All right, so the
What makes
canned
matcha
bubble
so
milk
great,
tea,
though?
fine.
Yeah,
Is it supposed to
I
be
just
healthier?
like it
Yeah.
because it doesn't make me as jittery as coffee. It's a smoother caffeine boost, I feel like.
It's supposed to be good for
Now the
you,
last
green
one.
tea.
Where's the candy at? The chicken fried candy.
Oh, I forgot all about
Lord.
that.
Right, it should be right over there.
Lord.
It's in the can.
Oh,
See it?
gross.
There we go. This is the one I've had for a couple of years. I ordered online.
You gonna open it?
It should be open.
Even if
Yeah,
it
but
w-
like, is it gonna smell?
Even
Again,
if it's
these are
delicious, if
leftovers.
it's years old, it's not good.
They're wrapped. I think
Skunked.
they're individually wrapped.
are they going to taste dusty like the water?
Now they're wrapped. See? Here we go.
The water doesn't taste like mineral. What stinks? It stinks.
no, Sam.
It stinks and they're wrapped.
Oh,
And you can smell it and they're wrapped.
It's like a little tab of bouillon. It's definitely bouillon. We're about to
That
suck
is
on
straight
bouillon.
up.
You know,
Wait,
it
time out,
smells
time
like
out.
an old vitamin.
Yeah, it smells like when you open like an
It
iron pill
does.
jar.
It smells like old vitamins.
If you take
100%.
iron
What?
pills, it smells like iron
Yeah.
pills.
Really?
Yeah, it smells like
Yes.
old
This
vitamins.
is
like the
definitely iron
prenatal
pills.
pills.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's either that or it's a suppository.
And this is called what again, Eric?
Fried
What is this
fried
hard
chicken
candy?
candy.
It's called fried chicken
Oh,
candy.
God, why are we
Archie
doing this to
McPhee.
And Mom,
ourselves.
you said you were going to try this
Mine won't even come out of the wrapper. It's so
I got it.
old.
yesterday. What do you
My
say?
wrapper is stuck to the candy.
Oh, it's bad.
I said I wasn't going to eat this on camera and set my people back, but I'm going to try it.
Roula, do you need another one that's not?
Oh, you know what? It
sounds like
tastes like
stuff.
it tastes like a
Oh, gosh, you're
Lipton
already
noodle
tried
cup
it?
of soup.
Yeah.
You know, like
You have put the whole thing in his mouth.
yeah, it's gross.
It is the flavor
Oh, that's
pack of a
nasty.
ramen package, is what it is.
No, it's worse than that. That is nasty.
like-
Why did you put
It's
the
like
whole thing? I can't.
When fried chicken has been in the refrigerator for about 4
Yes.
days.
Yes.
yeah.
Oh.
And then you try it. Ew! That went on my notes. Eric, don't spit it out on my notes.
Ew, that
Drink
was
your matcha
nasty.
tea
really
and wash it
gross.
down. Wash it down with matcha.
It
Should have a little
smells so
smell-o-vision on our Instagram videos. That
You're
one was
so
bad.
right.
The
It
bad part
smells
is we have
like
guests coming. Now we're going to all
chicken.
smell like.
I hate chicken too, and you're making me.
Did you try it?
No, thank
it's
you.
right here.
Come on, Sammy. If you
That's
don't
a
try
fail.
it,
I
you're
tried it.
Oh,
Do you want
need the
anything
matcha to
tasty?
Wash it down with matcha.
Yeah, wash it down with the matcha. The matcha's
There
fine.
she goes.
Just lick it. Just put your tongue on it. I mean,
No,
seriously.
you got to put it in your mouth. We all did.
Yeah,
You got-
Oh, she dropped it.
It's so old. The wrapper won't unstick from the candy.
Oh my god!
That's so bad.
It is like a vitamin.
Yeah, it smells like old
yeah,
pills.
man.
Yeah, that tastes like bad, like
And
chicken
like
noodle
a
soup
seasoning packet.
flavoring.
So what's it called? Because you can get this on Amazon. What's it called?
It's called fried chicken candy.
Yeah.
By
I can't see that.
You just type that in.
McPhee.
Archie McPhee.
Okay.
Yeah, don't
So
do
if you
that.
want-
Sam.
Screw you,
Don't
Archie.
do it. Don't do it.
Wow.
Don't
You
do it.
suck, Archie.
In the meantime, Ahmad, you and I will enjoy our green tea for stress relief, anti-inflammation, and anti-aging.
Oh.
I
need
can't
to
believe
drink
The
it
only
more
other
And
good
immune
thing that I have
support.
is lipstick.
Oh,
if
what's
anybody
that
wants
one?
to try
Is
it.
that mood lipstick?
I'm not doing it again.
Yeah, right?
No, I'm just being silly.
No.
So next week we
that's
got
all
to
I have
try.
to offer.
The mold. The
mold.
cranberry crimson mold. Can we play the audio again for our 8 o'clockers?
We're gonna
8
make this.
o'clockers. Talk about this at 7:20. The atrocious dish that someone makes at Thanksgiving. We're 16 days away from that. You too can have the cranberry crimson mold if you have Kraft Miracle Whip, and that's part of your
This is gonna be
main
so
menu. Here we
Too
go.
early to be thinking about something spectacular for holiday eating.
Spectacular.
And cranberry crimson
right.
mold could be it. It's colorful, good, and you can make it ahead of time.
Of course.
We started by dissolving 2 packages of strawberry-flavored gelatin in a cup and a half of boiling water.
Sounds fine.
Now we're adding the gelatin gradually to a cup of Miracle Whip salad dressing.
Oh,
Golly.
That's where the creamy look and the teasing
video
flavor
of
come
this?
from.
a teasing
After the mixture
flavor.
has chilled till it's slightly thickened,
Slightly.
fold in a 10-ounce package of cranberry relish and a cup and a half of
How do you fold in the
applesauce.
cheese?
It's a marvelous combination
It's
of flavors.
marvelous.
And the lively, teasing taste of
teasing.
Miracle
Teasing.
Whip is perfect for it.
But wait, there's more. How do you serve this
Yeah, how do we serve
mold
this?
on the table that has a hole in it? How do you serve it? Here
Just
we go.
before serving, unmold it. Then we're going to top it off with more Miracle Whip and watercress. With
Watercress.
holiday time coming up and lots of sandwiches and salads to be made, better get a couple of jars of uncopyable Miracle Whip from Kraft.
This is
From
like you
Kraft.
slice, you hack off
Nope.
a slice
Nope.
of this
So
and
who's
put it
gonna
on a
make
turkey
it?
sandwich.
Are you gonna make it?
I'll have
Is
to
your-
make it.
Are we really going to eat that?
Oh,
Try it.
sounds
This
so
is like the
horrible.
onion jello all over
Yes.
again.
Oh,
And that gave me the
onion jello.
runs.
I'm sure it did.
Terrible.
You got
You
sick
did
from
say
the
you
onion
wanted
jello?
a cleanse, though, Ahmad.
I did say I wanted a gut cleanse, so maybe I
What's
just...
gonna happen next Tuesday,
I
then?
will make it, Ahmad. I will make it, but
Onion jello.
I will document the making of the cranberry crimson mold.
Oh,
And
man.
if in fact I gag too much that we cannot finish the product, you will have the video to show I I spared you the hell.
Yeah, if you can't even make it through the preparation of it, then
Yo,
how can
I
you
hate the
expect us to
smell
eat it?
of mayonnaises in Miracle
But you
Whips.
don't put
I
the
hate that
mayonnaise on
smell.
to get here for the last part.
I know, but
But
just
you gotta
having to
mix it
fold
in the mold.
the
Yeah, you're
Miracle
supposed
Whip
to
into
fold
the
it
Jell-O.
and then put it in the fridge so that
I mean,
it
really,
sets.
if you ever saw that movie Julie and Julia, where that girl tried
Oh,
to make
yeah.
every one of Julia Child's recipes, Meryl Streep played Julia Child in the movie, and
Amy
Amy
Adams?
Adams played the girl. There's an entire thing about aspics. Aspic, A-S-P-I-C.
What's that?
It was like these beef marrow gelatins that were like a thing in France.
Oh,
and she's like, oh, God, I got to make the aspics. Who the hell ate that? There's a
bet Eric
whole
would.
thing on Instagram about
If
who
it's
the
like
hell ate
bone marrow,
this.
I'm all in.
Oh,
Gelatin mold bone marrow. I bet you'd eat that over this.
I could eat bone
I
marrow.
can't make both because bone marrow is too expensive.
Bone marrow is pretty good.
No, you get that cheap.
It is,
You go
but
to
it's-
HEB, they'll cut it right there, and they have like 4 of them for like $7. Or
Yeah,
something.
it's
they?
cheap at HEB. It's the last thing to go during a hurricane.
Oh, really?
Like, that's the
Bone
last
marrow?
thing there.
Hey, you
You're
can
gonna
buy it,
roast
they
some bones.
slice the bones so they're
Yeah.
open, and you can
Yeah.
just put them on a grill.
Yeah, I give that to my
Sea salt.
dog.
So good.
Yeah, because they're
And
so
Eric
cheap.
eats it for himself.
Yeah, I don't eat the bone. I just,
You could suck on
you
that
gnaw
bone.
on the bone?
no, that's what do you think I am?
An animal.
Remember, he's high end now. His wife
Right,
brought him
he's
up. His wife
classy.
brought him up.
He's got his pinky in the air when he eats.
Okay, well, let's see. Cranberry crimson mold and maybe others. I also, if you follow me at Radio Roula, I posted one the other day about horseradish mayonnaise mold. I was like, it's so
Golly.
tasty, even the men will enjoy it. I go, oh, even the men. As if only women want to eat horseradish mayonnaise mold.
It's so funny. Why do all the announcers talk like this?
because that's just how they had to
it's
sell
just
things in the 70s.
it's teasing flavor.
Last night I made horseradish mashed potatoes fresh.
Oh, I bet that's good.
Booster was like, "What's wrong with these potatoes?"
Got a kick.
Yeah,
That's
the
what
Yeah,
I
horse-
it's good. I mean, it's like wasabi.
But the potato is already good. Why would you have to do that? to
ruined
it?
them.
No, I'd like to do something different with them every time. You know, I want to.
Horseradish can go bitter if you use too much.
Yeah.
It's bitter
Well,
if you
You
use
should have
too
put it on the
much.
side and
Wasn't
said, "Hey,
quite
honey,
right.
put it on there."
It's like when you cook
What'd you-
garlic. You
what'd
can
you cook
burn
it
it and make
with?
it bitter.
I mean,
What was
I
the
just
main-
boiled
No, I
potatoes.
mean, sorry. What was the
Main course.
Entree.
What was the protein?
Oh, we had just some baked chicken with some gravy.
Yeah.
Maybe
I'm
some
glad I
better
didn't-
beef.
Baked
Baked
chicken
chicken.
gravy. That's
Anyway.
insane.
Yeah,
All right.
I baked.
That's supposed to be healthy.
I made a
half
grilled
chicken
cheese
bone
last
in.
night.
Like a
Should have
smothered
just came over to
chicken,
mine
basically.
Salisbury steak.
with my fake cheese slices.
All right, coming up next, Producers Without Borders. Eric's been telling us about this morning.
looking forward to this.
How they are going to be doing a project here in Houston, and you can be part of it. We'll find out more next on The Rule and Ryan Show.
104.1 KRBE. It's the Roula and Ryan Show. We're having a lot of fun in the studio right now.
Producers Without Borders. So think about that. They are producers from all over the world. There are no borders to the creativity of the projects they can put together. Eric has been talking to them extensively behind the scenes, and they have a big event here in Houston. And that's why we said, oh, you can be part of this movie that's going to be made in Houston. So let me introduce who we have in the studio. We have Kayvon Mishayek, and we've got Michela Scolari from Italy. Michela Scolari from Italy. And then we have Matt Kelling, who is a Houstonian, moved to LA, became a fabulous, internationally well-known, amazing ballroom dancer, instructor, and all things entertainment, and now is back here living in Katy. And they're all working together on a story about Matt that Michela Scolari is producing. And Kayvon's just here for fun. I'm just kidding.
No.
That's true. Kayvon created Producers Without Borders.
yeah.
So why did you do
What's
this?
the purpose
Yeah.
of this?
Okay, so Producers Without Borders is simply a family of about 150 people that are globally connected. And think of it as a tree, and the trunk of the tree is entertainment. The branches of this tree are people in finance, technology, law, medicine, architecture, design, all sorts of various different professions that feed into the ecosystem of the entertainment business. So I've been able to cultivate this group over a few decades, let's put it this way, and I've come together with a way to connect them in a very three-dimensional chess way. So when a project comes along, I know who needs to meet whom and how to connect them with one another around the world.
You kind of like broker them.
Well,
I'm
how did you
basically
make
I'm
it
just a
done?
professional matchmaker if you think about it that way.
That's true, Kayvon. How did you you had to start somewhere to start connecting all the threads. So, like, if I don't know you and I'm somebody in entertainment, I'm like, how did
I
you
guess you
find
tell me
the
your history
people
because
to
you
connect?
You grew up here.
Yeah,
or-
well, I'm from Houston, so what a better place than to learn about connectivity than Houston, Texas. I mean, we're in the most ethnically diverse city in the southern part
It's
of
a
the United
melting
States.
pot, yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, we're a quilt of different ethnicities, and we're a panoply of different cultures from around the world that are really represented in this town. So for me, as an Iranian American, I was able to, when I traveled, I would meet people from all over, and I would find out what is it that makes them tick, what makes them authentic enough that when I meet somebody from this part of the world, they could connect with somebody elsewhere. So this was always in the back of my mind. And I got my training through a very important producer. His name was Branko Lustig, who was the Oscar-winning producer of Gladiator and Schindler's List.
Oh, wow.
And so I worked under him for a number of years, and it was very, very, very simple. He said the craft of producing just comes down to one thing, and it's people management. It's how you deal with people, because you need to bring people together that are smarter than you, that are better than you, that are more technically skilled than you, but you need to know how to put them together, because when those egos clash, it could be very difficult to manage.
Got it.
So you have to know how to de-escalate any kind of tension.
Is that one of the main jobs? I think a lot of people.
I know how you feel, Kayvon.
Yeah.
That's Eric. He's our producer.
A lot of people don't even know what a producer on a film is. They know the director.
Aren't you the money guy?
But what's the producer, if you had to generalize it?
Manager. That's it. You're basically managing all these different personalities, all these different skill sets, and knowing how to make things work and bring out the best in each person in each department so the project moves forward.
But wait,
and you hire the director?
Yeah, I mean, the true role of a producer is the person who brings the whole project. It's bringing the team together.
But do you also, where's the financing come from? I thought producers also do that.
Well, of course. I mean, that's just only one aspect.
You have to find those other people.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
so you have,
okay.
and hence the reason why it's called Without Borders, because I know people in finance, I know people in technology.
Got
you know how to pick up the phone and get people to respond. And
So
we have a tripartite principle that we always follow with PWB, and that is attitude of gratitude. You must be very grateful for all the skills and all the knowledge that you've accumulated in your lifestyle, life. Number 2, you must be responsive. If I pick up the phone and ask you something, you better deliver. If you don't know how to deliver, you better know somebody who knows how to deliver.
Okay.
Because you're not delivering for me, you're delivering for the group.
Yes.
And number 3, most important part of PWB is pay it forward. Make somebody else's dreams come true, which is why we're here today with Matthew.
Okay, so now we bring in Michela Scolari and Matt Kelling. I just like saying your name. Now, I understand, Michela, you are doing a production about Matt's life. Now, Matt, why? What? Tell us what's so spectacular about your life that Michela Scolari from Italy is doing a movie about you.
Well, I have a crazy life. I get into a lot of things. So not only am I a dance instructor, but now I'm also a firefighter with Westlake in Katy.
Really?
Yeah, watching My Neighborhood.
Did
my
you say
home.
Westlake?
Yes.
That was the neighborhood I grew up in.
Yes.
I'm not
watching.
kidding. Right on Fry Road.
Yes, I'm watching My Neighborhood.
Oh, my God.
But I like to get into things, and now I'm a worldwide dance instructor. I got hired with Holland America. So,
The cruise line.
Yeah, and then Producers Without Borders spoke to me because I like how they're worldwide as well. But I met Michaela through the Princess of Saudi Arabia.
Really?
Yes, when I was teaching in Los Angeles.
And why were you just hanging out with the princess?
Remember, she's
Well, I didn't know she was a princess. I was just dancing with this really cool girl, and we're running around L.A. I'm teaching celebrities. She was one of my friends, and we go clubbing and dancing together. And then one time she called me from New York and said, I need to introduce you to this lady, Michaela. And I said, cool, yeah. And we talked on the phone, all three of them, Michaela, the princess, and Dana. And she just started, we had a good vibe. And then years later, I've done my job dancing, firefighting.
Could you combine the two?
I'm instructed to make you do that.
Get the fire out.
It'd be the costumes and all that.
Dancing firefighters.
So then years later, here you are doing both of these things.
Yes.
And then, Michaela, you say, let's do a movie together?
Well, kind of. So first of all, Match's story is so much more than this. You're so humble. I mean, besides the Princess of Saudi Arabia, I did so much more.
No, he mentioned that he taught a lot of celebrities how to dance.
Yeah, but he was himself a celebrity. This guy is a champion. He won everything you could possibly win. He became a celebrity himself in Beverly Hills, hanging out with all of these wannabe celebrities and real celebrities.
Oh, come on, name drop for us. Who are some of the celebrities?
Well, one of my big claim to fame is Anna Nicole Smith.
Really?
I was probably actually the last person she talked to before she passed.
Oh, my God.
Kidding.
Yeah, she built me a studio in her Bahama home. And she called me up. We were going to meet there. She was in Hollywood, Florida. And she says, Matt, you crazy little brat. Hey, baby, it's Anna Nicole. I miss you. I want to dance till the boogie woogie can't get enough.
That was the last message
And
she
that's
left
the last
you?
message,
Oh, my
and she
God.
passed.
Oh, my God.
Oh, gosh.
So, yeah, people like that. And
Wow. That's quite a voicemail.
Now, did you hear the news that she died, and then
I
you
did.
and then you heard that message?
yes, I did.
So is
Did
that
you
the way-
save it?
I did until they changed the layout, and I lost it forever.
That's the opening dialogue
Yeah.
about film. That's
Is
how we
it?
open the film. No, I'm kidding.
What is the film called, Michaela? What is the film called?
It's for now called American Rhythm.
American Rhythm. Okay.
Yeah.
And you guys have already finished filming it? You're in the middle?
No,
You're
it's
just
about to
starting
start.
it?
No,
Okay.
we just started developing it.
Okay.
So we are researching, writing, talking to actors, actors that I cannot mention here, but they're very big actors.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They live not far from here.
And you're also looking for, like, to somebody listening right now, because we have so many talented people in the arts here in Houston. I'm sure there's like a need for extras or other roles to fill.
Oh, 100%. We're gonna. I mean, this movie takes 80% place in Houston.
Oh, cool.
Wow.
And this is one of the morals of Producers Without Borders. We want to give opportunity. So we want to have massive castings here. We want to see as many talents as we can see.
So this is kind of like a beginning. We're seeing the beginning right now because this is the time you guys have talked about this.
Nobody knows about
Nobody knows
that.
about
I
this
mean,
until.
yeah.
This is truly the embryonic stages of,
Yeah.
of this project. So the reason, is I'm trying to bring projects to Houston. All I do is travel outside of Houston around the world to bring people and connect them. And this is my opportunity to bring something back to my hometown.
Are we going to get tax cuts in Texas to start filming again?
Well,
Incentives.
that's something that you're going to have to talk to Film Houston about, and
Really?
Mr. Alfred Cervantes of the Houston Film
Well,
Commission,
we can move things. We
who's
can make
really
things work.
trying very, very hard to make this happen.
For those that don't know,
he's
we'll
an
give a little background.
he's an exceptional film commissioner.
We had a lot of movies that were getting filmed here in the 90s. People don't remember that at all because maybe you were too young or you don't remember that. We had a lot of projects here in the 90s and the 80s. Something changed with like the way that the movie companies got their tax breaks or whatever the finances were, and it did not make it attractive anymore to do movies in Houston, Texas, or in Texas. They moved to
like
Louisiana.
I had a lot.
So you saw a lot of stuff going on in New Orleans and all over Louisiana. We're trying to get that back. If you're just tuning into the Roula and Ryan show, we are talking to three major players of Producers Without Borders. Go to producerswithoutborders.com. Kayvon, is it
Yes, that's
.com?
correct.
Yes.
Okay.
And you can see all of the tiles there of all the different projects they've been with and all the different events.
Those are the events on the front page are just the videos of all the different events that we do around the world. But that's just a small part of it. I mean, it's not just the events; it's the connectivity that really is the key backbone of this network and how to do that.
So when we come back, we're going to talk about who do you need for this project? Maybe somebody listening right now. Just a shot in the dark. It's like, I don't know. I was listening to the Roula and Ryan show.
Yeah,
one day,
and
look at
when
me,
is
I'm in this project.
when is the casting call?
Yeah, so we're going to talk about all those details and what people can find from your website for themselves to be part of this with you guys as we continue our conversation. Producers Without Borders next on the Roula and Ryan show.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Wake up. It's KRBE and more of the Roula and Ryan
And
show.
more with Producers Without Borders. If you're just tuning in to our show, we are talking to a group that is opening our eyes to all the opportunity you didn't know existed when it comes to entertainment. It's called Producers Without Borders. Kayvon Mishayek created it. Matt Kelling is in the studio because he's the subject of one of the projects. And Michela Scolati from Italy is the producer who's doing the project on Matt. If you are just tuning in, just real quick, Kayvon created this to connect people from around the world in different facets to make all this happen. Matt is a world-renowned, award-winning ballroom dance instructor who has changed lives.
You've done
We'll talk
so
about
much
that in a
more than
minute.
that, yeah.
And you are currently about to launch a cruise ship. I'm going to call it a tour, but it's not a tour. It's your job, but you're going around the world on this cruise ship.
Yeah, we're taking people dancing and having fun around the world out of Fort Lauderdale with Holland America.
That sounds awesome.
And
Yeah, it's
Michela-
going to be fabulous.
And Michela's doing a story about Matt. And she's producing it here. It's called American Rhythm, and it's just as Kevin said, in the embryonic stage. So that's why we were saying, if you are in the arts or you've ever thought, well, I want to be in a movie and I've done some projects and whatever, maybe there's a place for you here. But why don't we talk with Michela and Matt about what you were saying off the air about how Matt's dancing has helped heal people's lives?
Meg, you want to say something about that, or you want me to say that?
Yeah, I can say coming back to Houston, I started to get more involved with my clients personally because I was by myself teaching. And getting to know them, I started to see an awesome story of relationships and how music and dance can heal people. And I've helped with a lot of marriages, and I actually have a track record of about 17 women. If they dance with me for 6 months to a year, they're married or have a boyfriend.
Really?
Yes.
So you're helping with relationships, but you also have done so much more. I
want to know
understand.
about that. Wait, why?
I think
you're like the magic chicken dinner. You make like engagement chicken.
Yeah, what is that?
No, dancing helps people's confidence, and then you're treating women really respectfully and show them how they should be treated, and they get, they start to bring up their standards.
What about couples? Have they ever come in to learn together?
Oh, yes. So I had a couple, the Shillings. They came in and they were on the brink of divorce. And so I had to ringlead them, back. So over time, though, they started learning to communicate and holding each other, looking at each other in the eyes. The husband actually got them in there from a therapist's recommendation to do something together, so they chose to do that.
And dance is an intimate thing.
It really is.
If you've seen, most people's exposure to ballroom dance is Dancing with the Stars. And how many of those couples hooked up or got together or got
like all of them
married?
do.
Because it's such an intimate space, and you're working so hard for perfection together. I can see how that's like a tool.
But you've also worked with people with dementia?
Yes.
Oh, right. That's
Ruth Ornest is
important.
one of my favorite clients. She came in hobbling. She's 88, and her family, I think they were thinking I was going to babysit her. And so I just start teaching her like she's normal, and she would tell me the same stories over and over again. But I got her to memorize the 5-foot positions and the 5-frame positions, and she stopped repeating the same stories.
Really?
And she liked to listen to Al Jolson. I didn't know who that was, but he's a singer. And she would dance to, and she was alive again. And so she's
at 88 years old.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And we did an impromptu show, and her family came, and they thought it was just going to be, whatever. But they saw their mother alive again, and they were bawling their eyes out.
Wonderful.
And that's the first time I really saw the power of
And
dance.
this is the reason why we are doing this film. I mean, I love that it saves marriages or whatever, but that's not really the subject of the film.
But to bring somebody back.
How dance, music especially, but art in general, can impact life to an extent that life can be changed, healed, and saved. And that's what, to me, is the American dream today. So the American dream is not anymore
now,
going to Hollywood, becoming a celebrity, hanging around with celebrities. That's probably the fall of the American dream. This is the subject of our film. And the American dream today is to impact other people's life and heal as a society. And this is the film about Matthew Cullen.
If somebody wants to become involved, now you mentioned that you're going to be casting here in Houston. Is there a casting call, a time and a date yet?
Not yet. It's going to be sometime next year, probably around February and March. We're going to have this script ready by the end of the year. And then first we're going to be attaching our huge stars that we cannot mention their names today.
And you do have some big stars coming on board.
And actually, to that, Michaela, for those just tuning in, we're talking to Michaela Scolari. She's one of the producers from Producers Without Borders, making this film about Matt. Tell us all, and those listening, what is the average time span from the genesis of the idea of a film till when you actually have to do a casting call to get it filmed?
Yeah.
Not when it gets in the theaters or gets on Netflix. From when you had the idea to when it's time to cast. What is that? 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, a year?
6 months? What is it?
It takes less time to get married than divorce, I think. But it's probably at least 1 year.
Yeah.
At least. In this it could be 10 years, could be 20 years. Most of the films that you watch out there being in development forever.
You always hear about that script's been around, passed around Hollywood for 15 years.
Development hell.
And the reason
development hell.
The reason is you have so many. There are so many moving parts to this, and there are so many different approvals, and people getting involved at different stages, dropping out. This is the stuff that you don't see in front of it. It's the stuff that happens behind the curtain.
Right.
And it takes a very strong producer to understand that the timing of all this has to do a lot of it has to do with luck. You know, what each component is in place at what time.
Okay.
And at that time, it's like Lego pieces. Once all the Lego pieces are in, they click into place, and boom, you have your.
Now, in this movie, Matt, you're not going to play yourself.
Oh no,
you're not.
No.
Okay, who are you playing?
I'm going to be behind the scenes.
Matt, if you
I got to make sure they get the right message out and the right emotions out.
Like a server in a dance club.
If you could have anybody cast as you.
Yeah, you want to play me?
I got to learn how to act.
You got to shave your head.
Yeah, shave your head.
Do you have any ideas of who you want to be cast as you?
Like in your
who would be your dream?
My dream? I don't know. I kind of want to find somebody unknown.
Unknown?
Maybe. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking, because then it's like a blank canvas.
Right.
If you have someone that's known.
Then we're kind of like thinking of them for the other roles they've played. And you want somebody to just.
The idea is that we're going to have couple of big names playing secondary roles, very big names that are going to, make the show. And we really would love to give a newcomer, a future star, the opportunity.
So that's how you draw people in.
Yeah, that's. Well, yes.
It could be from anywhere, but I mean, at the end of the day, it would be nice. It would be nice if it was from Houston.
But when people are looking, they're scrolling through movie selections. Oh, so and so's in that movie. People might be drawn to a movie because of the star power, the celebrities that you've brought in,
and then they realize, wow, this isn't about them. It's about this other person.
But actually, think of how we consume television now, guys, with Netflix and streaming services. There are so many things we've picked as tiles on Amazon Prime.
Bridgerton, you watched that?
I didn't know any of the. I don't know it. I'm like, oh, this looks like an interesting story. So we actually, the advantage that you in the movie industry have now is maybe it's great to have star power, but we are open to just reading the description of something and clicking the tile to look at the movie, which is great. Producerswithoutborders.com is where you can go to see more about what this is all about. And
I have one quick question about.
Go ahead.
Matt, you grew up in Katy. You grew up in Houston. You went to LA, then you came back. And you've
been all over the world.
Filmed here. 80% of it, probably.
Well, yeah,
Is there something you imagine in your head that you would like to see in this movie that showcases Houston?
Yeah, I love Houston. That's why I want it to be here, because of the diversity, and I want to show that. And I think that music unites us together. But I like going out near Midtown, or the River Oaks district has a lot of really cool restaurants. One of them in particular was Toulouse. We go out at night, and it's very beautiful. You don't really feel like you're in Houston.
Yep.
The music's there. We listen to Amin Safari or Mutafaruka, and we're out there with everybody. The air's cool, and we're dancing, and people are driving by, walking by, shopping, and it's exciting.
It's really pretty.
Yeah.
The trees with the lights hanging down.
It's very gorgeous. Yeah. So,
and to see you dancing, you know what you're doing. If Brian and I were out there dancing,
it'd be like, oh God,
what
he's drunk.
is an iconic place?
That's the best.
What would you like us to show?
Where would we want them to spotlight?
Buffalo Bayou Park.
Oh yeah.
I keep saying that. I love.
It's pretty.
I mean, during COVID, that was my my sanctuary. Walking Buffalo Bayou Park every single morning, and at the crack of dawn. There's nothing more beautiful. I mean, if you're a Houstonian and you appreciate the landscape and you appreciate looking at downtown and what the city's all about.
Yeah, I have to agree with that,
beautiful.
Kevin, because you do get a whole horizon, like you get a whole visual there. Because I could say like, oh, there's got Discovery Green downtown, and we've got like a city center area. But if it's too close in, you don't get to see a good landscape. Buffalo Bayou Park is pretty spot on.
Yeah,
then would be shooting.
I'd like to also add. I'd like to add one thing to this because Matthew's helped so many people with disabilities, physical and mental, with his dance. The reason this project specifically spoke very highly to me is because my mother was a psychiatrist. She passed away last year. She was a very prominent psychiatric mental health expert in Houston. So anything that has to do with mental illness and helping people in that area, I'm all over it because it impacts everyone without borders.
Right.
Anywhere around the world. You don't have to, it doesn't matter what language, what the culture, what background, what,
social class, none
whatever.
of that matters.
None of it matters because we all deal with it at certain points in our life, and especially with the way COVID exacerbated it. And it made it very, very, and so somebody like Matthew that uses dance to basically heal people, I think that was a very, very strong thing when Michaela brought this project, and I said, let's get behind it.
I feel like the correlation between the arts and healing isn't focused on enough, because I remember years ago there was a spotlight on some of the rehab facilities we have in the medical center and how they have specific categories and departments in the hospitals for music to help people who have head injuries, brain injuries, and how music can bring them back around and help to do the therapy.
That's a catharsis.
So the connection and the correlation between the arts and healing is so under discussed that it's great you're doing a movie about this. So it's producerswithoutborders.com. And in the studio, we have Michela Scolati. She's from Italy. She's a producer. She's doing a movie called American Rhythm about Matt Kelling, who is from Katy, went to LA, became a world-renowned and award-winning ballroom dance instructor. Yeah, tell us about the cruise ship name again. I didn't write that down.
It was Holland America.
Holland America. And when's that going to launch? Or when are you
We're going January 5th.
Okay. For how long?
Around the world for 126 days.
Oh. Okay.
No matter, there's some people that just cannot dance. Like, I know I can't.
Yeah,
I cannot be taught.
But then they, you do a little repetition, and then they get it. I have a lady, she's actually here, Patricia. She didn't dance. She was a nuclear engineer. And I met her on the cruise.
Wow.
And she lost 30 pounds. And she had never been...
just from dancing.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
And she had never been experienced with this kind of life, social life and things like this. She did gymnastics and some ballet, so that's what brought her in to do it.
Is it like a muscle memory thing?
And
Yeah,
Matt,
it is.
by the way,
memory.
Matt also sells Matt Zempic.
And you know, real quick, because we're going to wrap up soon, but Matt, how did you get into dancing? Did your parents say something like, hey, you're interested in this, you want to take you to a place? Or how'd you get into dancing to become such a
Texas, I don't really
person?
feel like a big ballroom
I was
dancing
always
capital.
into dance. My mom has a picture of me dancing with a strainer on top of my head with a little Teddy Ruxpin radio. But no, I was in theater, and people were looking for personalities, and I started dancing in Houston.
What high school did you go to?
I went to Maid Creek.
Oh, my God. I went to Maid Creek Junior High.
Yeah. Yeah, I love it.
great.
Yeah, that's how I got into dancing.
How old were you?
Where?
When you
for
started dancing?
19.
See?
I had hair. I
I'm
danced
thinking
it
that
all
you're
out.
going to tell me you were like 7 years old or 10 or 12 and you were like a theater kid. You were 19.
Yes.
Good for
and
you.
you have
That's
done this
awesome.
in your life. So I always like to hear that, because some people feel like, oh, it's too late for me.
It's never
for
too
me.
late.
It's never too late.
Well, I'm going to follow.
Yeah, no,
we're going to follow you guys, and when you have
The casting call, we'll
calls,
definitely
let
put
us
that in
know.
Scoop and let
you can
people
call us if
know.
you're on the ship.
Yeah.
Wherever you're going to be in Africa,
Oh, that
where
would
you're going to
be-
be.
yeah.
Oh, my
I don't know.
God.
You're going to Panama Canal. You're going to be all over the place.
Yeah.
Call
Well,
us. Let us
Kevin,
know.
thanks for putting this together.
Yeah.
Producers
I want to
What a
thank
great
producer
organization.
Eric. Let's put our hands together for him. Because if it wasn't for him, and I've known his wife and his sister-in-law for 30 years, and they made this all happen. So Neda and Negar, love you guys. Thank you so much for.
Yay.
And I can't thank you enough for giving us this opportunity to speak to the city of Houston.
doing great
Thanks
things.
for
Thank you.
sharing.
And when y'all have your casting call, and as this project continues, we will share that so people know where to go. And maybe
you want to do a
movie.
scene in a radio station.
That's it.
Absolutely, yeah, that's right. All right.
And there's always room for a sequel because you're a young man.
It's not like you don't know what I'm going to get into.
American Rhythm 2, American Rhythm 3. All right. Thank you so much, guys. Again, guys, it's producerswithoutborders.com. Coming up next, if you missed what happened on Revenge, our producer without borders sometimes doesn't have a moral compass either. And you're going to hear what happened and why Angie wanted to get back at her brother for something he did. You'll hear about it next on The Roula and Ryan Show.